John had been traveling on business and arrived at a dimly lit, eerie hotel in an unfamiliar city. The hotel itself was old and unsettling, with a history rumored to be filled with dark secrets. After a long day of meetings, he stepped into the creaky elevator, eager to reach his room and escape the unsettling ambience of the place. As the elevator doors closed behind him, John pressed the button for his floor and watched the numbers descend. The descent seemed to take much longer than expected, and the elevator moved with a strange, unsettling jolt. When the doors finally opened, John was greeted by an unfamiliar sight. Instead of the modern, well-lit hotel corridor he had expected, John found himself in a decrepit, abandoned building. The hallway was dimly lit by flickering overhead lights, revealing peeling wallpaper and cracked tiles. A chill ran down his spine as he realized he was not in the hotel anymore. Panicking, John rushed back into the elevator, desperate to return to the familiar. But when he turned around, the elevator was gone. The cold, dark corridor stretched out in both directions, with no sign of the elevator or the hotel he had come from. Fear knotted John's heart as he realized he was trapped in this desolate place. He had no cell phone signal, and the only sound was the distant, echoing drip of water. Shadows seemed to move in the corners of his vision, and he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. With trembling hands, John began to explore the abandoned building. It was clear that no one had been here for years. Dust covered the forgotten relics of the past, and the air was thick with an oppressive silence. Every door he tried was locked or led to another dark, empty corridor. Hours turned into an eternity as John wandered through the building, the darkness closing in around him. His fear was compounded by the realization that he was not alone. Whispers echoed through the halls, and eerie laughter seemed to come from nowhere. As the night wore on, John's hope began to fade. He had no way to contact anyone for help, and the abandoned building showed no signs of letting him go. The cold, oppressive darkness of the old parking garage became his prison. Days turned into weeks, and John's sanity began to unravel. He survived on scraps of food he found in long-forgotten storage rooms, and the flickering lights above him provided the only semblance of time passing. He had become a ghost in the abandoned building, just another whisper in its haunted halls. No one ever knew what had become of John, the man who had stepped into the elevator and never returned. The old hotel stood as a silent witness to his disappearance, its secrets buried deep within its decaying walls, waiting for the next unsuspecting soul to step into the darkness and become lost in its chilling embrace.